and welcome to Goddess Guidance Meditation. This week's Goddess Guidance comes from Irene, who is the goddess of peace, and her message says, "There's no need to worry, as everything is working out beautifully." And I feel like that's a timeless message, regardless of whatever cycle, season, transition, transformation that you are in. And so I'm also a Libra, so I'm all about the peace, okay? But Miss Irene is a Greek goddess, and her sisters include the goddesses of lawfulness and justice. She brings peacefulness to all who call upon her. And in Roman, her name is Pax, which means peace. So Irene helps us to replace worry with faith. And she also reminds us to retain our childlike enthusiasm and awe for life. So I think, like I said, regardless of what's going on, whether life is good, life is not so good, peace is something we can always allow ourselves to open up to and embrace, as well as allow ourselves to just be available for, right? So peace is definitely a message that I feel is needed and necessary in today's world, regardless of where you are or when you are watching this in time and space. So, with that being said, you don't have to do anything as far as closing your eyes and all that stuff yet if it doesn't resonate with you or is available for you. If you're driving, anything like that, just continue to focus. But if you have the opportunity and the space to do so, you can soften your gaze, gently close your eyes. I want you to just notice your presence in this moment, whether it feels chaotic, scattered, dispersed here, there, a little bit of everywhere, maybe unsure, and it feels like you're everywhere and nowhere at the same time. Just notice your physical presence. Awakening your senses to the space around you. Your eyes are open, maybe just noticing your surroundings to the left, to the right, above, below. Maybe becoming aware of what's behind you, what's in front of you. And just giving yourself a moment to acclimate. Noticing the sounds around you. Knowing what you know about your surroundings, whether you're in your home, car, office, park. And whether your eyes are open or closed, just noticing any visuals, images, maybe thoughts that have pictures. Your eyes are closed. Your eyes are open or at a soft gaze. Just Noticing the colors, the textures, contrast, bright, dull, vibrant, recess. Maybe there's a scent in the air. Maybe there's a flavor or taste upon your palate. Maybe you can feel clothes that rest upon your skin. Noticing the weight of your body, flesh, bone, being supported by the foundation beneath you. Maybe it's a chair, maybe it's a couch, maybe it's the bed, maybe it's the earth itself. But just allow your senses to awaken. What you may see through the eyes or through the mind's eye, what you may hear, what you may smell, what you may taste, what you may feel or be touching, having contact with. Notice all those points of contact. Slowly shifting your awareness from the space around you inward, deepening your sensual awareness. Not only what you may see in the mind's eye, maybe you can hear, feel the ebb and flow of breath, moving in and out through the nose, the expansion and contraction, the lungs, ribs, the rhythm of your heartbeat. Feeling each pulse. Just allowing yourself to settle in this moment. Not having to change anything, just observe, just notice. How many things can you observe and notice in this moment, around you and within you? Throughout our day, we're exposed to so much on so many levels. Our brain computing things that we are not even consciously aware of, helping us to maneuver, to move our way through this earthly realm. simultaneously. Being aware of our feelings, taking the initiative to be consciously aware of our thoughts, and just taking a nice, slow, steady, deep breath in and out. Allowing the breath to lengthen on the inhale. And as we exhale, deepening into our body, into our being, physicality of who and where we are in this moment. But without the need or urgency to change, to shift anything, just observing. Giving ourselves permission to explore through our senses from a conscious perspective. Everything that exists, everything that is happening, going on around us, as well as within. On your next breath, as you squeeze all of the air out of your body, out of your lungs, out of the belly on the exhale. As you inhale through the nose, audibly exhaling out through the mouth, releasing. Sigh of relief, squeezing it all out. Inhaling through the nose. Exhale. Sigh of relief out through the mouth. Repeating this cycle of breath one more time. So you inhale through the nose. And exhale out through the mouth. Creating space through the awakening, the attunement of your parasympathetic nervous system to receive, to relax, process, to digest all of your day, the energies moving around you, absorbing what serves you and releasing what does not. And then on your next inhale, just shifting your awareness to the crown of your head. Taking a moment to just notice the space. Oftentimes we are so in tune with all the aches tension, pain, or areas calling for our attention, calling for our awareness. As we slowly start to move down through the body, slow. Crown of our head moving to forehead and relaxing, forehead softening, space between the brows. Just taking a moment and allowing the mind to step back behind the eyes towards the recesses of the mind, towards the back of the head. Maybe you notice it's a little bit of mental relief as you become more centered within the headspace, within the mind. Stepping back mentally to that space behind the eyes is like allowing yourself to have a seat in a movie theater, and the images, things that come to your awareness are played out upon screen in front of you. When we ruminate, when we overthink, overanalyze, we tend to be in the forefront of our minds. And at times that can be exhausting. But when we take time to meditate, to contemplate, just be, and shift our mental focus behind the eyes towards the back of the head. It helps us to connect not only our conscious and our subconscious, but physically, the areas of our brain that assist us in rationale, conscious thinking, present time thinking, and that which rules our subconscious, our instinctual habits, patterns, ways of being, our beliefs. Stepping back behind the eyes mentally also allows us to blend faculties of the left and right hemispheres of the brain, allowing ourselves not only to be logical, practical, linear in our thinking, but also creative, see things from different perspectives. Helps us to be imaginative in how we see and process information through our senses, through our experience, that center point within the mind. It's a place where we come to rest, laying down our thoughts, setting everything else to the side, clearing out anyone, anything that may be living rent-free in this headspace. This point that we call the center of our head can be located by simply visualizing a line of energy between the ears, between the tip of the nose and the back of the head, where those two lines intersect. space we call the center of our head. And the center point is where we harmonize the conscious and the unconscious mind, the rational and the creative mind. See if you can access this point simply through intention, imagination, allowing that point to expand, take up space in the mind, clearing out any old energies, any thoughts, feelings. Maybe there's the energy of others, their opinions, their presence. You simply say hello, wish them well as you mentally escort them out of your space. This is your command center, place where you have sovereignty, agency, authority, space where you choose what is invited in and what needs to leave. Taking a nice deep breath. Continuing this body scan as you relax the cheeks and your jaw, softening the chin. Relaxing your throat, neck, shoulders, collarbone, shoulder blades, moving down through the arms, down into the elbows, down into the forearms, wrists, back of the hand, palms of your hand. Relaxing and just noticing each pinky finger, ring finger, middle finger, index finger, thumb, letting go of anything you've been holding on to, grasping for, reaching for. Feeling your hands soften as you surrender and just breathe. What else to do in this moment? Giving yourself the time to be here. So let go of the to-do list, what you have to do next, what has happened before, any guilt, any shame for taking this time for yourself. Any urgency to have to do it right. Relax, just breathe. Noticing once again the rise and fall of the chest. Each inhale and exhale, softening the space behind your heart. That space between the shoulder blades soften. Maybe you notice the shoulder blades come together, pulling the shoulders back just a little. Just realigning your posture some. And allowing yourself and your awareness to come down just below the rib cage. Breathing into that space. Your diaphragm. Lifting and releasing along with the breath. Each inhale and exhale. Moving down through the belly button. Down into the low back. Down into the low belly. Space just below the belly button. Becoming aware of the hips as you move from the waist down into the lower extremities, feeling your sits bone being supported by the foundation beneath you, saying hello to the area where your tailbone exists, moving down to the thighs, front, back, sides, moving down into the knees, down into the shins, calves, ankles, tops of your feet, just saying hello. Your heel, soles of your feet. And just relaxing each pinky toe, fourth toe, middle toe, second toe, big toe. Taking a deep breath and scanning your body once again for any areas that can soften, inviting them into that softness. Inviting them in to relaxation. Breathing into any areas of tension, areas calling for your attention. Maybe letting out a sigh of relief. You can just be here now. Slowing everything down around you. Knowing that as time in the world continues, but for you in this moment, it's like everything just slows down. The world becomes quiet. You're able to listen, to hear the deepest, innermost parts of yourself. just like roots of a tree or maybe your favorite flower. Feel part of you descending down into the earth. Rooting down deep and wide. Stabilizing your foundation. Allowing those roots to take with it anything that you would like to release. Feeling yourself eventually anchoring down into the center of the earth. Beautiful crystalline core of vibrant life force energy. Maybe feeling those roots twist and turn as it envelops the center of the earth, and you feel this magnetic pull drawing you deep down. Maybe you notice a pulse, rhythm, life force energy coming from this crystalline core that makes its way up through those roots, just like the tree roots soak up the water. You begin to draw that earth energy up through those roots, bringing them up through the foundation beneath you, bringing them up into the soles of your feet. Maybe it's a liquid light. Maybe you notice a color, texture, quality about this earth energy flowing up into the body, up through the legs, up into the hips, up through the belly, up into the heart space, and allowing it to branch out, down to the arms, hands, fingertips. Maybe it fountains out the palms of your hands, helping you not only to clear blockages to receiving, but also helping you to surrender and let go once again to anything you may have been holding on to. And just as your favorite flower or tree continues to bloom upwards, receiving the light of the sun, maybe taking a moment to just connect. Beautiful warm light, radiant golden light, 1, 2, maybe 3 feet above your crown. This beautiful golden light, like a halo, holds codes of your highest creative essence, divine intelligence, wisdom, joy, happiness, surprises, miracles, magic, creativity, inspiration, insight, guidance, whatever you need. Allow yourself to draw that in, this golden orb of light above you, allowing it to pour in through your crown, flowing down back of the body, down each side of your spine, all the way down to the tailbone. Feeling it connect with that beautiful earth energy that is also moving through the body from below. And as that liquid light golden, radiant, vibrant, filled with life force energy from the heavens above, begins to loop its way from the base of the spine up the front of the body, coming all the way up to the belly, coming all the way up to the heart space, branching out as well down the arms to the hands, fingertips, also fountaining out the palms of the hands, just like that earth energy. And then allowing it to continue its way up and out to the crown of your head, fountaining out the crown's beautiful golden light, shooting up a few feet into the air. And as it does so, it creates a beautiful shield of light all around you, creating this egg, this cocoon of light that covers you front, back, left, right, above, and below. You take a moment to breathe deep, allowing this heaven and earth energy to just move through you, to flow through you, feeling yourself soften as you receive from above and below. The mind steps back to allow this flow. The emotions and the heart steps back to allow this flow. Power struggles are released. The ego begins to soften. Allowing the essence of peace to be received in the flow through your body from above and below, filling every cell of your body. Maybe visualizing the word peace above your crown, over your heart, held within the belly, maybe down in the hips. Maybe you hold them in your hands. Maybe you see the word peace filling every cell of the body or any space, else tension. And just breathe. Giving yourself permission to not just believe, but to know that for you, everything is working out beautifully. Surrender any fears, sacrifice any worries or struggles for peace. Realigning yourself in this moment, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, and physically, here now. Deepening into that sense of relaxation. Even though the world around us may appear chaotic as it is, just remembering, trusting that there is a higher plan in action. We may not always understand it, see it, but it is there. That's all loving power carries, guides, protects, and supports you completely. So on your next breath, taking a deep inhale through the nose, and one more little sip when you think you're full. Exhale audibly out through the mouth. Just feel yourself relaxing into the arms of the divine, allowing the breath as it ebbs and flows through the body to take away all of your cares, your concerns, worry, fear, angst, sense of urgency, the uncertainty or doubt, the heaviness, stickiness. Taking this moment just to breathe, to be, to notice. No expectation. Nothing has to come to you. You don't have to observe anything spectacular or extraordinary. Not seeking any major insight or download. Just being. Just breathing. Stillness. In the world around. Giving all of your cares and worries to that of the most high intelligence. Giving yourself permission to compost or bury anything that no longer serves you. Acknowledging yourself. Showing love, kindness, grace to yourself. Taking this time, showing up for yourself, being here now just to recenter, to be at peace, do nothing but relax. Take breaths. And breathing out. Nice, slow, steady. Grounding down through the body. Bringing some gentle movements. Your fingertips, toes, wrists, ankles. Maybe begin massaging yourself just a little bit, the thighs, arms, taking some hip rolls and circles, shoulder rolls, neck rolls. A nice little twist or stretch. Give yourself a hug and just hold yourself for a moment. And whenever you're ready, taking one more deep breath in and out. Gratitude. Opening your eyes when ready. So, this week's collective message for Irene, the goddess of peace, who says there's no need to worry as everything is working out beautifully. The message is that it's hard to believe sometimes that peace is abundant in the world, with all the things that are happening. Peace may feel elusive. It may feel like something that is absent, something that is in lack. It may also create a sense of shame and guilt when we take time to pour back into ourselves, to tend to ourselves, to step away from all that is happening around us, to set aside those responsibilities, those obligations, to take off the masks, to go from high functioning to doing nothing. Can create some shame, some guilt when we are conditioned to always be doing the work or having to produce or prepare, you know, strategize, analyze, and set ourselves up for this, that, and the other. But peace is actually not something that is just available to, Buddhist monks in the Himalayas somewhere, or people who have completely denounced, culture and society of today, modern day society. Peace is wherever you seek it, whenever you seek it. There are many people who have done great work in this world who faced challenges that were very disruptive on many, many levels. And their way in staying resilient was to find moments of peace, moments of stillness, to not just recall and reclaim their own energy, but to remind themselves, right, that this is still something that is available to me. Okay, regardless of what is going on around me, peace is something I choose to seek, because not only does it restore me, it helps me to stay in balance In science, we call that internal balance homeostasis, right? And that is not necessarily always being regulated, right? It is about giving ourselves permission to sway, to be flexible, to adapt, to be mutable. When shit hits the fan and we say, okay, well, I'm pissed, I'm angry, I'm, concerned, I'm just completely discombobulated, I am fearful, I'm scared, I'm anxious, all of those things. But then taking that breath, taking moments like this to say, you know what? I can acknowledge those emotions. I can acknowledge those thoughts. I can acknowledge that this is a, perspective or a present time experience that is happening in the world around me and creating a response from within me. However, I can observe that dynamic between my inner and outer world and then still find this space that is maybe just behind it, that can observe, that can say, okay, these are my emotions, these are my thoughts, this is how those things or this part of me is interacting with that which is outside of myself, that which I cannot control. But that is why the breath is so important in meditation, in spiritual work, in just life in general, because the breath is something that is obviously involuntary. We don't think about, breathing every second of the day. However, when we allow ourselves to consciously take a breath, right? Allowing the breath to become something that's voluntary, then our minds can't really do or focus on anything else besides that breath, taking that breath. And so that's what brings us into the present moment, and consciously practicing breath work helps you to stay aligned and in tune with the present moment, but also observe the inner world and its relationship to your outer world from a place that gives you not just cognizance, but a somatic awareness of how you're feeling. It can awaken your intuition and your instinctual faculties to help you learn to maneuver through any specific challenges that you may be facing. And it don't even have to be challenges. They might just be, things you're like, okay, I know this is a good thing that's happening, but when is it going to happen? Is it going to happen by this time? And just the, overthinking and overanalyzing. Learning to consciously practice breath work throughout the day, not just when you're stressed, not just when you're anxious, when things are good, right? When things are not so good. Just throughout the day, consistently practicing taking conscious breaths helps you to be in that flow of what is going on above, below, within, without, and around and through, and can help you find that place of balance, right? Where things maybe seem at ease for just a moment. And in that moment, hopefully, you also have peace. Alrighty.